Hey, amazing guys! Welcome back again for an amazing video. In this video, let us learn how one can learn a programming language much faster than others, like in an efficient way, right? Let us begin. Right, yeah, like in this video I'm not gonna show you some hack or some cheat code or some cheat sheet which helps you to learn a programming or a scripting language in a day or in a hour. Honestly, becoming a pro or mastering a programming language takes a lot of hard work, lot of time, but there is a lot of difference between mastering a programming language or learning a programming language. Here, like we're gonna tell you a small secret code or how the rule which I followed to learn a new program, like whenever I learn new programming stuff, right? And this is not my own methodology. I have followed from one of the Russian coder. Like he's a very good amazing coder. Like I'm going to show you his name also. Right, let us go. Yeah, like to give a demonstration, I'm gonna choose like JavaScript because I have seen many of the people will face a lot of difficulties or a lot of headaches in learning JavaScript. I don't know why, but I'm telling you that JavaScript is a king. Is a king of all the scripting language because without the JavaScript, a world will stop. I'm telling you because the computer or the MS Word, the MS Office, the most of the operations in your Windows, it is based on JavaScript. Without JavaScript, there is no future of engineering. That's for like 200%. I'm gonna tell you. Right? Let us go further. Yeah, the rule which I'm gonna follow is 80 by 20 rule. What is 80 by 20 rule in the sense like in a outcome of a project 80% of the tasks or 80% of the work is depend upon the 20% of the cause in any action or the 20% of the work we do. And yeah, I learned this method from a guy called Vasil Logutin. It's very difficult to say his name, but he's a Russian guy. He's a wonderful coder. Like I have beautiful friends from Russian who are very good malware analyst, very good coder, very good scripters. All right. Let us go further. Yeah, that's what I said. 80% of the effects come from a 20% of the cause in any given action. I mean, if you focus on the 20% of the things that will bring you 80% of the results you want, you will be much more efficient. That means, yeah, that's what like. Let me give you a small example. Let us consider a scenario where your manager says you have to fetch me a username, email address, and phone number from the sign up page. Don't be a dumb guy now. Obviously, like when you hear it for a first time, you feel it. Oh my god! But it's very simple. Like I'm telling it very simple because I know how to implement these 20% of the things. It's very simple because in JavaScript we have something called document.getElement by ID, document.getElement by class name. I can easily fetch the document.getElement if I have declared any ID in username. I can declare any ID in username and I can get the username, email ID, and phone number just by using that ID. In the sense, the whole scenario has been brought down to 20% of the things. This is how, like, in a sense, like you have to just list to know the basic stuff where to use what. Don't worry, like let me show in our like next slides how it has been implemented in JavaScript, like which helps you to learn it very quicker, right? Yeah, let us apply this rule to JavaScript. Coming like it's not only a JavaScript, like almost all the programming language will have hundreds of methods, hundreds of features, thousands of features, honestly. But it's not necessary that we have to learn all those methods. A simple, yeah, like Python. Let us talking about a Python. Python have a lakhs of methods, lack of libraries. Do you really want to remember all those? Do we have so much of space in our brain? No, it's not necessary to remember everything, but we have to remember the basic things, what to use when. That is what we all need, right? Yeah, let us talk about the most common JavaScript features that are worth learning or that are like must learn, right? When we start JavaScript. Functions. The concept of functions is very similar in all the programming language. Here, like I'm not going to tell what is function, how it is defined, how it is called. Like what is the difference? Like when we come from when one programming language to another programming language, how it varies. Like why we have to learn again the functions, because we have already learned the functions in C, C++, Python. Why we have to learn again in the JavaScript? That's the most stupidest question one gonna ask, right? Let me show why you have to learn it. Simple. Let me show you. Like I think many of the people know C and C++. How you declare a function return type. First we call like func type, and we call like func name, and we use some parameter if you want, and we call a function body. This is how we call. But when it comes to Python, it's very different. We call something called define, and we call it as func, and we use a indentation. In Python, without indentation, you can't write anything. It might be condition statements, it might be anything, right? Indentation is very, 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 very important. And when it comes to JavaScript, it's completely different. You have to use a keyword called function and func name. This is how the functions varies from one programming language to another programming language, right? Variables obviously are variables also, like concept is very same. It is used to store our values, but the how we declare in C and C++, we are using something called hint, string, etc, etc. But when it comes to Python, have you seen anywhere we are using int, string, or float, or double, or whatever? No. When it comes to JavaScript, we have to use, there are something called let, constant, and variable. Only three. We don't use even a hint, string, or like other things, right? um, Condition statement similarly the same. The way we use in C and C++ are similar, but when it comes to Python, again the indentation we have to follow. And again in Python and JavaScript, we have something called for each and in operator. It's quite different from C, C++, and Java, right? You have to just know how we have to use it efficiently in the new programming language we are learning, right? Objects is like vast concept, and it has been called or initialized or used very differently or like very uniquely from one scripting language to another scripting language. To show an example, uh, let me tell you, like in C and C++, how we were using yeah, how we were declaring the business. We were using class name, and we are calling the object name with a semicolon. Obviously, this is how we were initializing a object. I mean, like declaring an object. Sorry, it's not an initialization, it is a declaration. But in a Python, it is very different. Like we are calling like object equals to class name. We're calling it as something like assigning function value. This is how we were doing in Python. Yeah, in JavaScript, like we call or I mean, like we consider all the variables as an object. We call it as like suppose var numbers was like 1 2 3, something like this. Like each variable is considered as an object, right? Let us go for the next. Arrays. Yeah, arrays are used to store like dimensional attributes, like might be single or double, whatever. And the concept is very same, and the way we declare is very different, because when we were using in C, C++, we are using type of the array like int, string, and all. But in when it comes to Python, we are not using any declaration of a type. But when it comes to JavaScript, we have to use whether it is a let or a constant or a var. uh, that's how we were like we will initialize it in the JavaScript. DOM event listeners, like let me tell you what is a DOM first. A DOM is like document object model. Whenever the web page or a web script loads, a document model is created in every browser. Let me show you later, like how it looks, right? Yeah, like if you see any JavaScript code or any like programmed website, Without these six features, there is no JavaScript. Almost 75 to 80% of the JavaScript code will be covered from these important things. Get element by ID. It's not just get element by ID, get element by class. There are other few things like which will be regularly used. In the sense, like saying completely DOM event listeners. If you master a DOM event listeners, you have learned 95% of a JavaScript. Damn sure, like you can write it anyway. If you master these event listeners, you have learned most. After that, you will get something like JavaScript async and promises and some predefined rules and API. JavaScript API calls are very easy. That is not all the issues. But the most, like almost like without these six features, JavaScript is nothing. This is what I was telling, like that most 20% of the things. I mean, like yeah, like if you learn this most 20% of things, you can finish that 80% of the work. Right? Let me show you how this DOM looks. Okay, this is just my notes. Yeah, let me show you. Yeah, whenever the website loads, every time something called this document will be created. Yeah, this is what the DOM. This is what you can see the sections. You can see this. You can see the push button. This all JavaScript document or object modeling. This is what the DOM guys we call, right. That's what, like if you keep focused on these basic JavaScript methods, you're gonna learn JavaScript faster. I'm telling you, you master it these six features uh, quickly and start building your own projects. I'm telling you, like you're gonna finish it, you're gonna learn it very 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 fast. And guys, there are like other few ways to learn JavaScript faster. Like let me tell you. Yeah, practicing actively or writing a code consistently, at least an half an hour or 45 minutes and a day helps you to gain more and more knowledge. And whenever you get some time, go read out some blogs or articles. What I suggest is don't buy a course and read and sit in front of that for 72 hours and don't read that. Don't do such stupid mistakes. Like I am like never I'm like I never did that. I am like, I can tell, like I'm a self-taught engineer, I can tell, or a programmer, I can tell. I'm gonna, like what I was doing in the sense. Suppose like there's a functionality called async and await in JavaScript. If I don't get to know what is it in a sense, like I don't want to waste my time in that 2 hours course. I'm gonna just go and search for that functionality, how it has been used, how it has been used in a, I'm like, there will be lots of videos in a YouTube, and you're gonna get some role, like lot of articles in Stack Overflow or Lead Code or any blogs, right? I suggest you to do the same thing. Don't waste a lot of your precious time on reading a whole bundle of courses. All right. Otherwise, you step in a lot of projects. There are so many JavaScript browser games, and there are so many unique features. And building small projects will help you to learn, because how it helps in a sense. The better the projects you create, then the better the like knowledge you will gain. This is like you will get to know your worth, like how much have you learned. If you feel that you haven't learned something, or if you feel that you are not good at it, good in some future or in some development phase, go back, learn, discover, like learn it and discover what are the mistakes are you doing, which again helps you to gain so much of knowledge. And other debug errors, like this is a most important thing if you want to become a efficient programmer. Because if you don't know how to debug errors, you can't be a good coder, right? But luckily we have we need not to worry much about JavaScript errors. The inbuilt Chrome developer tools will take care, and it will give you almost all the solution. Let me show you how it looks once. Yeah, this is let us consider this is a page. Okay, let me open it. Go to the console. Yeah, see, these are like some kind of this is JavaScript warning. This is a some JavaScript page. Leave it. This is some error. The cross request of block. This is what like Chrome developer tools will give you almost like all the maximum errors, and the only thing which you have to do in the sense just go debug it, search in a Google, search in a Stack Overflow, search anywhere which helps you. Go there are so much of blogs, right? And you learn a lot by fixing up bugs, and you will learn a new things, and definitely you're gonna never do the same mistake again when you fix your own bug, right? This is what, guys, this is like very simple thing. This is what even I thought of like saying you just like this is a very efficient way which helped me to learn JavaScript very fastly. And coming to the hand conclusion, the tips which we have learned here is like learn JavaScript methods and features. Those top things like functions, variables, conditional statement, arrays, objects, and DOM methods. DOM methods, guys, DOM methods is very important. If you master those six things, you have mastered 80% of the whole JavaScript. Honestly, I'm telling you, if you have mastered the 80% of the whole JavaScript, and the most are the important, spend at least 30 minutes. At least if you can't code, go and read others' code. So that you get to know, okay, these guys did. How obviously, like you might have some, you might not have in your home, in front of laptop, in front of computer, or else you can use it in your mobile to learn someone else's code. You can gain knowledge by reading someone else's code also, right? Build your own project. There are so many open source tools to create your project. I suggest you to go through free code camp, something the website is there. It has so much of JavaScript projects. You can just take on it, and you can learn, and you can create, and you can push it into a GitHub. That adds a value to your resume also, honestly. And the last the thing is how to debug an errors. debug Debugging and errors is the one of the important skill every coder need, right? Learn it, use Google for your most, and use Stack Overflow, learn it. This is what, guys, this is what I wanted to tell. If you have anything else doubt, please let me know.